guys, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about common misconceptions in relationships which often get mistaken for red flags.
On Facebook and a lot of other places, there are a bunch of posts of people being like, so-and-so did this, and is it a red flag, is it abuse? When really it's probably just somebody being a dick. And it's not actually anything major.
And a lot of points that we're going to touch on are because we are extremely heteronormative. Not even intentionally because we want to blend in. It's literally just because of our personalities. And that's just kind of how the dynamic worked out.
Yeah, so I guess the first one to start with would be things don't need to be fair all the time.
Yeah, that's true. One of the biggest ones in our relationship is I can yell at her a lot more than she can yell at me. Just because emotionally, I can't take it. I have anxiety and depression and borderline personality that if I get yelled at, I shut down. And I have no emotional permanence, so if she yells at me, I think she hates me. I can't differentiate the two.
Yeah, whereas if you yell at me,
I
just know you're mad.
Yeah, you're like, babe's had a bad day. Coffee. And I'll cry for like hours.
And I don't sit in my room and like feel emotionally abused and
you rebound pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm just like, you're in a bad mood. Not everything has to be taken to heart all the time.
Probably the next one would be, I'm the stay-at-home parent.
We have another list, guys, of things.
We wrote down all of our points because we're really bad at winging it, so we try and be prepared, which just means our eyeballs are going to drop a lot. Back to the stay-at-home parent, though. I am a stay-at-home mom by choice. We have 2 kids, 6 and 4. I had them from a previous relationship, and then we're going to be trying for our own baby very soon, hopefully. And so yeah, I stay home with them, and that pretty much means that I do most of the housework, I do most of the cooking. You do help out, but typically it's me. And I am a stay-at-home parent by choice. It is not because I don't want a career or I can't have a career. It is literally just because I'm a lazy motherfucker and I don't want to deal with people. But everyone that we know, every time we mention it on Facebook, babe gets bitched at because they think that she's being manipulative and controlling and not letting me leave the house, when in reality that is not what being a stay-at-home parent like 9 times out of 10 turns out to be.
Like, I've been asked why I don't pay for daycare, why you don't have a job that pays for daycare. It's like, why? We'd be paying off the price of daycare
with my job.
To work.
Yeah.
If she wanted to, that'd be fine, but she doesn't want to, so why am I...
No. And both our kids are in school, so I have the whole day to myself. Like, I'm not
Which again, everyone says isn't fair to me because I'm still working and you're at home. The kids are at
before
school.
We got to this point, we had swapped it. So I was the one working and you were the one staying home. Oh my god, I was depressed, you were depressed, we were bickering all the time. I don't want to be the breadwinner, she wants to be the breadwinner, and here we are with the heteronormative issue.
That everybody thinks is, like, oppressive.
Yeah, it's really not. Probably the next one for us, we have a lot of spontaneous sex. Like, all the time. Babe will just grab my hair and throw me on the couch, and that will just be that. It is consensual, guys. It always is, unless I say, babe, no, I'm really not in the mood. And you always listen to that. You never go past. So, we're married. We both already had this talk numerous times that it's a green light until told otherwise. It's not a red light till told otherwise.
And for anybody else who actually isn't together, it should be the other way around. Like, they shouldn't assume they're getting some until they don't. But when you're with somebody for long enough, there is a thing called ongoing consent. For younger people that don't know what it is, look it up.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but it's, like, it's consent without having to ask every single time.
We also had this conversation.
And we have a safe word, too.
Yeah. Like, we were red light until told otherwise for the first year or so of our relationship, and now we're married, and we've had all the awkward sex talks, so we're just like, go for it. I will tell you if I'm not in the mood. You're never not in the mood. But...
I'm really not.
Yeah, you're always ready to go.
I guess that would bring us to the other thing of have the awkward sex talk.
Yeah. It's a relationship must. Like, you have to do that. I tell all of my friends to do it. It's always awkward. It's like a business arrangement. It's like 50 Shades of Grey with their contract, except not for BDSM. It's just to
know what the other one likes and doesn't like. And I don't think asking the person that you're with these questions is invasive or entitled or nosy or like they shouldn't have to tell you. Like, how are they supposed to know what you like if you don't talk about it?
Yeah,
and then they get blamed for crappy sex.
Yeah, like, we've had to stop mid-sex. I don't think we had to stop mid-sex. I think we actually had sex only to figure out what the other one liked. I remember that. We're still at, like, our first apartment together. We literally had this conversation, took our pants off, and then just spent, like, an hour figuring out each other's vaginas. Just to figure out what spots.
Like, the least sexy sex.
Oh, yeah, like, no one got off. This
ever.
wasn't even, like, a sex. It was just, like, to be like, okay, what spot do you like? How hard do you like your tongue? All the awkward business arrangements. Sorry, it's a lot of TMI, guys, but it's a necessary business arrangement that needs to be vocalized, or you're gonna have some really shitty sex.
And then from that, everybody gets resentful because they know that the other person isn't really happy, and they're not really happy either. And it just turns into, like, a lot of fighting that doesn't need to happen, which people take is, oh, you're fighting over sex, which is already a huge thing.
Yeah.
To begin with, that people frown upon.
And we
constantly.
also do this periodically. Like, we just had one, like, last month to, like, update our sexual preferences.
And that pretty much came down to a clean slate.
Yeah, we pretty much erased everything else and just revamped. It's been good so far.
Yeah.
No issues.
Okay.
Another one that's huge, that everyone takes as controlling. Everybody takes as it's manipulative and abusive, and I should leave her, no. No, it's literally because I'm shit with money. I am not allowed to touch her credit card or her debit card unless I have a direct mission with a budget. This is something that we discussed, and it was actually my idea. Because I've had a credit card, I ran into the ground, someone paid it off, and it expired like 5 years ago. Only for $500. I purposely got a small budget because I know I'm bad with money. I am bad with money. Like, most of the bills are in her name. I'll pay them, but she's, like, beside me on the couch most times.
Yeah.
It's not controlling. It's really not. I promise you, it is not. I would just use it for everything except what we're supposed to use it for. Me and Walmart. Bad mix.
Yeah, you don't even really go to Walmart by choice without me anymore because you come home with, like, trunk loads of crap.
This is true. I do that.
You've gotten better, though.
Yeah.
Another thing, if your person, whoever they are, is concerned about you, don't assume that they're trying to control you.
Yeah.
Like, I sometimes have to make sure she eats if she's, like, in a bad mood. We tell each other where we're going and who we're going to be with when we think we might be home. It's not because the other one isn't allowed to be out, but if we don't live in a good area. So if something happens on the way home, you want a general idea of where they were in case anything were to happen.
Yeah, another point I want to touch on is we went to visit her stepmom and dad 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I was super drunk and super stoned. I have no tolerance, and I tried to drink to keep up with everyone that had been drinking like 6 beers a day for years. It was not a good time. I was beyond hammered. And then
That was not me, that was them.
Yeah, and then I wanted to take the dogs for a walk. Drunk off my ass. So high I could barely fucking stand. Walking in a strange city all by myself. And then I left, and shortly after I left, I think you left to come with me. And then your stepmom, what'd she say?
You're a little possessive, aren't you?
Yeah. And it's like, no, I know what she's like when she's drunk and high. She's gonna get tired, and she's gonna try and sleep in a snowbank.
Like, literally, guys. Literally, she wanted to take a nap on the side of the road in a snowbank.
Yeah.
With the dogs.
Yeah, good thing you came, because sure enough, I did end up in a snowbank with the dogs just on my back. Alicia's out and about. Yeah, good thing the dogs were trained, because they didn't really leave. They were so concerned with me, they couldn't stop looking at my face.
And so she thought that I was, like, controlling and telling her where to go and what to do, that she couldn't take the dogs for a walk by herself and all this other stuff. And I'm like, no, she's just going to actually try and sleep on the side of the road.
And I probably got hypothermia because it was the middle of winter. In
she
Canada.
Thought you were so warm. Like, you just...
Oh, yeah, I thought I was sweating. I'm going to take layers off.
It just wouldn't have gone well. So, like, knowing the things that they do and looking out for them is not, like, you're not being their parent. You're not being controlling. You're not trying to do anything.
And you're not
Stop looking for signs where there aren't signs.
And if you have a partner that doesn't do this and you want them to, it is not needy to ask them to do this. You're not being needy and annoying. You are expressing your needs, and that is okay. Took me a while to learn that lesson. Another big one that we actually redid today is love language. There are 5 main love languages.
Sounds cheesy. It was done by some psychologist,
Yeah.
but it makes sense.
It is a huge thing in our relationship. We have had so many, like, bickers, so not really fights, but, like, we have bickered.
Disagreements, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to word it. Over this, because my top 2 are her bottom 2. So she doesn't view what I take as love as loving. Yours are quality time and physical touch, right?
Yeah.
Mine are acts of service and words of affirmation. So I like when she does dishes for me.
And I'm like, why is doing the dishes romantic?
But she takes it as a basic household thing that needs to be done. And then I take quality time as a given in a relationship, and she takes it as, oh my god, I love you. So we had to kind of balance that out. There's another one, which is gifts, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither one of us really...
That was my bottom. That was my last one. Like, I don't need a necklace or a chocolate bar or gifts. I just do the dishes, sweep the floor, and let me go to bed at 10. I'm set.
One of your favorite things I ever got you was like a flower off the side of the road.
I cried. She picked me a weed, like a daisy weed, with the roots still, and brought it home for me after one of our fights, and I cried for like an hour.
Because I walked around like all the stores were closed. I couldn't
Yeah.
find anything, and I'm like, well, it's all I got. So I did that, thinking that it would be like super, super tacky and at least like make you laugh and
Yeah.
a little bit less mad, and then you cried.
And thought it was so sweet. So this is a huge thing. You can just Google love language test.
It's free.
It's free.
We're not company reps. We're not selling you anything.
It takes like
Find it
10
on Google.
minutes, but it is a huge relationship killer. Huge relationships. I've seen so many relationships fall apart because of this.
Like, you thought I didn't love you anymore because I didn't do the dishes all the time.
Yeah.
And I had no idea.
Yeah. Like what? And like I'm not really a huge physical affection person. I don't want to cuddle on the couch all day. I don't want to make out for 6 hours like when we were 15. Like, I don't need to do this. But she does. So we just swap out, kind of. And probably our last one, which is gonna probably be a little bit more on the controversial side, studs versus femmes.
Different needs entirely.
Typically, this is very, very general. If what we describe isn't you, that's okay. This is just kind of what we notice where we live.
That we've seen like a lot of posts too being like, studs need love too. It's okay to feel like a woman. If that's you, cool. But we're gonna talk about us right now.
Yeah, this is our personal experiences with the stud versus femme. Because clearly I am not a stud and clearly you are not a femme. And we have very, very generic, not generic, but typical
Like very heteronormative,
views
society expected
and views on this.
things.
Yeah. Like, I get babied all the time. Like, if I have an anxiety attack, you hug me. If you have an anxiety attack, you still hug me. Just because
If I do anything at all.
Yeah, like, you don't want me to sit here and love on you and mush your head, but you doing that to me calms you down.
Yeah.
And you doing that to me also calms me down.
But even then, sometimes I get anxious and I'm just like I'm fine.
Yeah.
Because acting babied to me does not make me feel fine. It makes me feel worse.
Yeah. What were the other ones? We had other points here.
Like, I get you water, I make you coffee in
Yeah.
the morning. You can ask me to do things and have them be done, but I don't take that as, like, you bossing me around. Like, it's just you have things that you
Yeah.
want. And because acts of service is your thing,
Yeah, it works.
it makes more sense.
I guess to sum it all up, I'm a bottom in every aspect of our life. Everyone. Basically.
I am not.
Yeah. And you're the dominant one in every aspect of our life. Financially, household, bedroom, even parenting.
And this isn't even something that we agreed on, like, in BDSM or
Yeah.
whatever. It's just kind of the way our personalities lined up. So, like, studs, if you need her to be doing something for you, tell her.
Please tell her.
Because she will probably not know. And sometimes it can be a little overbearing, too, if you're trying to push a stud too hard to be
The stud.
vulnerable, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But a lot of studs also feel like they kind of like, I guess, that's behind the heteronormative. They're gonna feel like guys. They aren't allowed to cry. They aren't allowed to ask for love. They aren't allowed to show weakness. You are. Just tell your partner, because I was so stereotypical. she's the first girl I ever dated. I knew nothing about how this usually goes down. So I had the expectation that you were pretty much going to be the guy. And just by fluke, that's kind of how it turned out without us.
Yeah, but not all of us are like that, though.
Yeah.
And some are more sensitive and some are less heteronormative, I guess, and they just...
We've had a lot of friends that were the opposite of us, like, complete opposite. Like, the bottom was the stud.
Which is fine.
It just...
But unless you ask, we probably will not talk about it very often, because it'd be like a guy doing that, and we're not guys, we don't feel like guys. I'm not hating on trans people either, but most of us will need to have that talk, because she didn't know if I needed any of that.
Yeah.
And some of us do, I guess.
The way of wording it.
Another one is in a lot of restaurants, if we go out to eat, or like if we go to a bar, like when you could drink or whatever, they would just automatically hand me the check. Like, all the time, without even asking, like, who's paying or anything.
Without even acknowledging my existence, pretty much.
They'll just give me the check. A lot of people take that as, like, heteronormative and oppressive and all this other stuff, but I'm like, to us, it's just kind of expected.
Yeah.
And I don't think that if it is expected for you, that you need to feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a femme and you want to pay half the time, that's fine. But if you don't, I don't think it's bad to expect that from somebody that's okay with providing that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you a 50s housewife.
It goes back to love language and expressing your needs. I think that's pretty much
it
for
now.
It kind of wraps up. If you
it's kind of long and rambly.
Very long and rambly. Very long and rambly. We apologize for that one. But we just noticed a lot of things, and we thought we'd just kind of give our views.
Because, like, we've been happy for 4 years.
Over 4 years.
And we don't really fight very often. And I think it comes down to being honest with what we want instead of trying to fit what society expects now.
Yeah.
Because, like, right now, you'd feel really, really bad about expecting me to take care of you and, like, going to work and all this other stuff. Because, like, you're a woman, you should be allowed to, but so am I, and...
Here we are.
It still doesn't work that way.
Yeah, exactly. Any comments, questions, concerns? Hell, if you want to troll us, comment below or click subscribe. Bye, guys.